Hey guys, today we're doing a little service work to the Fiero and we're going to do a trans service. So I'm going to walk you through it. It's really very simple. As soon as we get under the car here, you got the automatic transmission. This is your trans pan here. You're going to have a whole bunch of 13mm bolts that ring the trans pan. So what you're going to do is one by one remove the bolts, and then we're going to drain the pan, change the filter, and put it all back together, and then call it a day with that. These are your magnets. You're going to see a whole lot of sludge on your magnets. That's pretty much what you can expect to see, as they're picking up any metal shavings and everything from wear and tear on the transmission. So you want to clean that off thoroughly, get all of that off. Now that you've got everything cleaned up, you have your magnets back inside your pan. You're going to install your gasket. But first, we're going to install the filter. And when installing the filter, don't forget to change this sleeve that sits in the transmission. I'll show you where. Right here is where that sleeve is going to slot. Pop into right there. I hope I showed that to you. Right there is where that goes into the transmission. And then your filter is going to go in there, and when you put your filter in, don't forget, when you put it in, you slide it in right into this retaining bracket here, as that's what's going to hold the filter in place. Alright guys, now that I had two hands free, sorry I couldn't record all of it for you, we now have the filter correctly installed. Here it is in its neck with the sleeve installed and sitting in the bracket the way it's supposed to. So you can see now that it's nice and secure, won't be going anywhere throughout its life. Alright guys, now that we've got the pan started, now we're going to start putting all the bolts in, and we're going to torque it down to spec, fill our transmission, and our service is done. Alright guys, and that's it for your trans service. I'm now going to torque these bolts all down to the proper spec. We're not going to sit through that, as that's just a little boring to watch. And in case you guys didn't notice, or maybe some of you did, we're doing an oil change at the same time. So we're killing two services in one shot. Which, if you're in the business, you'll know that this is how you make your money. Okay guys, that's it. We'll be back with the fill procedure in just a minute. Okay guys, the torque rating for the Fiero's trans pan is 15 Newton meters or 12 foot-pounds. So that's exactly what I'm going to torque it to using the snap-on digital torque wrench. So I'm going to do it in an alternating pattern going around the pan, so as we get a nice even torquing down of the pan. So we're going to get on that. Okay guys, I've just filled the transmission. Basically that's your dipstick too. You're going to pour 4 quarts into there, and that should get you right where you need to be. Now in order to check it, you have to run the car, get it at operating temperature, and while it's running and in park, you can check the fluid level and see where it's at. That's already been done. She is good to go, ready for some motoring fun. Alright, got her in for a little bit of work, replacing tie rod. Had a bit of a shimmy going on the front end. Found that the outer tie rod had a little bit of play in it. Ball joint was getting a little sloppy, so we're replacing that. And while we're at it, my buddy Dave gave me this really sweet cross member. Looks almost brand new, to replace the one that's under mine. This is the one that goes across the cross member under the gas tank, and this one has all the undercoating on it that I really hate. So I will be stripping and cleaning this one and bring it back to its former glory. But in the meantime, We'll be putting this one on. Looks sweet. Just like new. Avid scale modeler. I can't help but be obsessed with details, which is why these bolts had to be completely stripped and cleaned before they go back in. When you're building scale models, you're obsessed with details no one else is going to see, but as long as you know they're done, that's all that matters. All right, guys, we're bringing this to an alignment today. Here you can see the alignment in progress. Everything hooked up with state-of-the-art alignment machine. And hey, that's Steve down there. He's our alignment expert because he was aligning
these when they were new.
So he'll get her going perfect. All right, guys. Spent the last couple of days going on and taking care of all the little issues that she had and got just about all of them straightened out. The only thing left is the air conditioning, which I found a leak in a line. I just have to see if it's a seal or the line itself that's leaking. But other than that, everything is beautiful. Right, guys, just got home from an amazing ride. Let me tell you something, the car is aligned beautifully. Steve did a fantastic job, and I am really happy. It was a blast to come home in this thing tonight. It's a shame it's going to be raining the rest of the week because I'd be driving it to work the rest of the week. Alright, guys, that's the end of our busy little time of minor repairs on the Fiero. Lots more coming on the channel, so stay tuned.